happy holidays. No, sorry. That's that woke bullshit. What I meant to say was happy holiday. Because as far as conservatives are concerned, there's only one holiday that we should be celebrating around these parts. Christmas. The war on Christmas was a huge fiasco started by Christian nationalists who believe that white Christian culture is being erased because of diversity and inclusivity, when in reality, white people just can't share the spotlight. I've eaten dinner with a white Christian family before. I know how hard it is for you guys to share. Yes, I already made that joke in a reel I made. It's a good joke and it's mine, so I'm allowed to reuse it. But the war on Christmas propaganda was like a 2021 thing. It's not necessarily specifically all that relevant anymore. Sure, white people are still afraid they're being replaced and still think that their culture is being threatened, but you don't really hear about the war on Christmas anymore. Conservatives are just a lot more upfront with their opinions now instead of hiding behind their Christmas tree. And also, Trump literally ended the war on Christmas this year. So of course people aren't talking about it. God bless America. I guess we can add that one to the list of wars Trump has ended. Yes, I used that joke in my reel too. What are you gonna do about it? I'm certainly not insecure that I can only make a certain amount of jokes per week or per day. I've really only capped at 5 good jokes per week. And, you know, I do feel insecure about it. Now, I know the war on Christmas isn't and never was a real thing. But what if it was real? A real thing. What if the war on Christmas is about something else entirely that isn't even related to religion or left versus right? What if the real war on Christmas is a war on the working class and is actually about how the Trump economy is making Christmas more unaffordable for all Americans? Families are spending more because of tariffs caused by Trump's pointless trade war. Wage growth is remaining stagnant. Unemployment rates are rising. Rent, co-pays, mortgages, car payments, and utilities are all unaffordable. Trump is literally the Grinch that stole Christmas, except instead of green, he's orange. But conservatives and Trump supporters are still convinced that Christmas is saved by the ghost of Christmas past himself. Trump is still believed to be the working class champion, no matter how many billionaires he cozies up to. Trump's conservatism and MAGA America is said to be the political movement of the working class. So today, we're going to be putting that to the test by buying some Christmas presents. But not just any Christmas presents, conservative Christmas presents, i.e. anti-woke, masculine presenting, Republican representing, fascist befriending, and cheap Christmas presents. Because what better way to find out if conservatives really care about the working class people, the disabled veterans, the elderly and sick, than by trying the products that they use their propaganda to sell to those very same people? Are they affordable? Are they good quality? Are they made in America? Hell, are they not based in lies and therefore entirely just one big scam? We're gonna get to the bottom of all of it and find the true meaning of Christmas. Like, what if Christmas is just some dude? I don't know, like, what if he's just like a guy? I made a post before I sat down to write this video asking if anyone had any recommendations of businesses with crazy conservative branding to try. And a lot of people were voicing concerns that they didn't want me to give my money to any of these conservative companies or businesses. And I think that that is totally understandable. However, I'd like to provide a disclaimer that the purpose of this video is to educate viewers about Trump's economy, MAGA propaganda, and how ultimately this working class pro-American messaging is not working class, nor is it pro-American. I also hope to spread awareness about a few of these companies whose messaging might fly under the radar. Maybe you already buy from one or more of these businesses or businesses like them and have no idea of their true intent. So while yes, I am giving them my money, it's in hopes that you won't. Or at the very least, my bad review of these products will do more damage to these companies than whatever benefit my money helped them gain. Now, the first product we're talking about is Henson Shaving. And this one I actually do insist you support because they're the sponsor of today's video. Notice anything different? Yeah, sure, I shaved. But if you look closely, you'll also see that there's no irritation or bumps. Besides my acne. You might not believe me, but I just had the easiest shaving experience of my life. All thanks to Henson Shaving. I don't like shaving, which is why you guys usually see me with a beard. But today, I decided to try something different. While I do like the beard look, sometimes it's nice to have a clean-shaven face as well. But shaving takes time and tends to leave my face irritated and bumpy. And majority of my life, I didn't think I could afford a nice razor to fix that problem. Well, Henson Shaving is here to solve those problems. You see, your average drugstore razors are designed to be flexible. But blade flex is actually what causes irritation. Multi-blade cartridges trap hair and increase surface friction, which encourage users to press harder, thus damaging skin. Henson razors are cut from solid aluminum, with the blade exposed to just 0.0013 inches. Now, not only does this mean more control and less irritation overall, it also means it's sharp and scary, and I was really hoping I wouldn't go home myself because I haven't shaved with the razor in almost so many years. But guess what? No cuts here.
No cuts here.
The razor is ridiculously smooth and well built. They sent me this copper one that feels sturdy but also lightweight and easy to work with. If you want to check out Henson Shaving, click the link in my description and use code Saji Sharma to receive 100 blades for free. And thank you, Henson Shaving, for sponsoring this video.
Thank you.
Now, the first real conservative product that we're looking at is made by a company called Jocko Fuel. Owner and founder of Jocko Fuel, Jocko Willink, is a Navy SEAL veteran. Him and his company sell energy/protein/supplement products that push the military alpha male hustle grind set messaging. Now, where does the conservative messaging come in? Well, a lot of it you can see when you read between the lines. In the branding, there's a lot of hardened military themes going on. Hard work, clean fuel, no excuses. Like, brother, I'm just going to this Pilates class with my girlfriend because she says I need to get out of the house. It's really not that deep. Although Pilates is actually way harder than it looks, so maybe it is that deep. You can also get a taste of some of the messaging when you realize that Chris Pratt is part owner of Jocko Fuel.
Okay guys, it's 10:30 a.m. and I still haven't eaten. I do the intermittent fasting thing. I'm still burning fat from that workout today. I feel good. I have energy. And it's usually right around this time that I have a Jocko Go.
Now, Chris Pratt isn't publicly conservative and doesn't publicly endorse people like Donald Trump, but everyone knows, right? Chris, we can see the people you're following. He just doesn't want to come out of the conservative closet because he doesn't want to lose his career, like that one actor. The one who played Shazam? See, I can't even remember his name. Anyway, point being, the only way for Chris Pratt to show his advocacy is secondhand, by promoting and taking stakes in the companies that do advocate for the same beliefs that he does. Which brings me to the more upfront conservative messaging. Owner and face of the company, Jocko Willink, has been on the Joe Rogan podcast. He's endorsed Tulsi Gabbard, Pete Hegseth, RFK, and is very publicly showing his support for Trump. And a lot of Jocko fans are actually unhappy about this, because the company tended to stay out of mainstream politics in the past, and a lot of people think that Trump is actually a direct antithesis to seemingly everything Jocko says and stands for. I loved his message of humility, owning up to mistakes we make and learning from them. His support for MAGA obviously conflicts with his message in almost every way. I wonder if he can see it yet or if he will ever have the courage to own up to it. I used to be such a big fan of Jocko. I listened to his podcast, I bought his books, but his endorsement of Trump and Hegseth and RFK Jr. has made me sick to say that I used to support him. When I was first doing research into Jocko, I thought that he came off as a well-meaning and experienced individual who just wants people to conquer struggle and live their best lives, giving advice on discipline and intention, really the self-help route. But all of this falls flat on its face when you're on Fox News the next day, giving into the most ridiculous propaganda.
On what you just heard there from AOC, do you think Republicans are radicalizing young men?
No, actually, I would say the opposite. I think that it's actually the left-wing radicals that have done more to push young men towards conservative, because they've been telling for the last several years, they've been saying that these young men are evil, that competition is bad, that hard work is bad, that the military is bad, police are bad. They're saying that steak and V8 engines are bad.
Whoa. Hey, I love my steak and my V8 engines. How dare you, Jocko Willink? Yeah, for some reason, some strange reason, Fox News brought on Jocko Willink to discuss regime change in Venezuela, deportation, and radicalization among young men. What makes him qualified to do this? Nothing. He's just promoting his brand. So let's get into said products and find out if the product is being carried by the messaging or if it actually holds up in quality. Let's go to Saji in his living room for more on Jocko Fuel, and specifically their product, Jocko Energy. Thanks, Saji. Today we're trying the Jocko Go. It's their energy drink. Let's see if this will focus for me. Focus, please, camera. I paid a lot of money for you. Real energy, zero crash. Let's take a look here. The flavor I got is mango passion fruit. That sounds really fun. Lots of flavor there. We'll see if it tastes good. No sugar, sugar-free, 10 calories. Although the font on the word calories is really, really hard to read. It doesn't even look like a word. It's all like bled together. I don't know. Right below 10. Really hard to make out. So if I didn't know it said calories and I just read the number 10, I'd be really confused. What does 10 mean? Are there 10 of these that I should drink? Who knows? Let's see what else it says. Discipline equals freedom. Nootropic formula, that's a made up word. Naturally sweetened, sugar-free, keto. Thank God I'm on my keto diet. Okay, let's take a look here. Let's just give it a go, shall we? Okay, nice, clean, crisp open. Smells like sugar, so they're probably lying there. Mango passion fruit smell, check. How much caffeine does it say it has? 95 milligrams, which isn't a lot. I feel like you see a lot more on your average energy drink. So let's give it a taste. Okay, interesting. Now, I drink your average energy drink. I drink Red Bulls. I've tried a Celsius. I've tried like the majority of the mainstream energy drinks. And this is honestly, if I'm going to be so honest here, which, you know, it's very easy for me to rag on these brands and just kind of be like, oh, they're conservative. They're not good, which I could do. But it honestly has a really terrible aftertaste. It kind of doesn't taste good at all. And I'm really happy in saying that because I was hoping that they weren't going to be good because I didn't want to lie to you guys and be like, these brands are conservative brands, you know, bad people, blah, blah, blah. They support Trump, but their product tastes good. And I'm kind of happy that this tastes like shit. It has the flavor of the mango, of the passion fruit, but it kind of tastes watered down as well. It's very like bland. Like you have your first sip and you get the taste of the fruit, but then right after it goes away and it just tastes like a Sprite that's uncarbonated. That's what it tastes like. It tastes like an uncarbonated Sprite mixed with a little bit of mango passion fruit, if that Sprite has been diluted with water. Jocko Go, real energy, zero sugar. I'm gonna give this a 6 out of 10, maybe a 5. And, you know, honestly here, I don't drink energy drinks for the taste. But if I did, this would be the last one that I go for. And it doesn't have a lot of caffeine in comparison to other energy drinks, so I wouldn't drink it for the reason of the energy. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a solid 5.5 out of 10. Back to you, Saji.
Thanks, Saji. Okay, the next product that we have on the list is made by a company called For Patriots, which means that it's for patriots. If you didn't catch that, it doesn't mean that there's only 4 patriots alive today. That would be ridiculous and utterly stupid if that was your initial thought when you heard the word for patriots. Probably doesn't help that I'm putting up the number 4. For Patriots is pretty blatantly conservative, so if you got fooled by this one, I don't know what to tell you. They've been advertised on places like Fox News, where they sell their doomsday prep products like power generators, survival kits, and emergency food. In case, you know, the libs end the world. Why do I need emergency survival food? You've probably seen enough in your life to know it's not a matter of if something will happen. It's a matter of when. And when it does, we need to be ready. Your family depends on you to think ahead about what's coming. Me? Be that storms, wildfires, or floods, or, heaven forbids, something worse. What could be worse than natural disasters? Zombies. When the inevitable unhappy surprise comes, you may not be able to get more food to eat. Jesus Christ, you guys ever heard of a thesaurus? Unhappy surprise? Just say disaster. For Patriots profits off of selling the right-wing idea of apocalypse, end-of-world, doomsday prep. And they even have AI videos to sell their products.
Okay, this is what I'm talking about. Mac and cheese that's good for 25 years. The Lions are jealous. Sorry, guys, this bowl's mine.
Good thing I stocked up on 4 Patriot survival food. My neighbor Methuselah taught me to prep.
Thanks, Noah, who has the ark. Now I know that you, a very real person, tried 4 Patriots products and enjoyed them, along with all of the other animals on your ark. I, too, shall buy 4 Patriots and enjoy their food. Saji, what product did we get?
Thanks, Saji. The next product we have to review is 4 Patriots. This one, so I really wanted to get the like home kit meals or whatever they had, where it's like you could have a meal last up to 25 years, I think it said.
but it wouldn't have been shipped to my house in time to make this video. So my only option were the emergency food bars. Emergency food bars. Lemon flavor. Let's take a look. Ready to eat, full of vitamins and minerals, 5-year shelf life. Not 4-year shelf life, but 5. If it was 4, it would have been more on brand with the 4 and 4 Patriots. Just to give some tips to you and your advertising team, whoever's watching. Directions. 4 Patriots emergency food bars are bundled in 3-day packs. Just break off a bar at a time and store the rest away for later. Each bar is 400 calories, and most people eat 1 bar as a meal. See about that. With 3 meals each day, because that's the average amount of meals that you got to eat each day. 3 meals, not 4. Rations should be consumed within 5 years of the manufacturing date. Yeah, so actually, when you're watching this, it's been 5 years in the future. It's 5 years in the future, just so you guys know. Contents. Our food bars are a great tasting, non-thirst provoking product with an extraordinary 5-year shelf life. They are specially formulated for high stress situations. Thank God I'm stressed out of my fucking mind right now. Contains no cholesterol, tropical oils, or peanuts. Shit, I mean, this just looks appetizing from looking at it. All the foil. Do I just... God damn, it's vacuum sealed. Okay. Oh, wait. No, that's not right. It's not Ziploc. Looks like it just tear. Oh, okay. Well, that didn't... I have a pair of scissors, but I'd rather just, like, open it the way it was intended to be opened, I guess. But I guess we're going in with scissors. Okay. Oh, wow. Ooh. That smells like cornmeal. I don't know if you guys can see, but it's like a very dry-looking, hard, spongy-looking substance, but is actually very tough. Oh, my God. That's like brick. Okay. They killed SpongeBob. That's what it looks like. It looks like they murdered SpongeBob and put him in a bag. Oh my God, that is... Okay, so there's 6, right? I did read it, but I didn't process what I was reading. It doesn't even say. Okay. It doesn't smell like lemon. It smells like flour. It just smells like straight up flour. Okay, so how do I... Oh my God. Do I just take the whole thing out of the bag? This is insane. Oh, SpongeBob, are you in there? Okay, they look like biscuits. Oh God. Oh God. Oh. This is what we're working with. This is the lemon bars from 4 Patriot. It's super bright. There's like a brownish crust on it. It looks like a bunch of biscuits. I'm spilling crumbs everywhere. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and try to break this. Oh! I think I broke my table. Wow, that was, okay. Try to break it again here. Do another piece. There's 6 pieces total. Or sorry, 9 pieces total. So it should last me, technically 9 times 5 is 45 years. Okay. We have our first lemon bar here. This is 400 calories. I wanted to look at the ingredients, but now that label is covered in crumbs. Let's take a look here, what the ingredients consist of. Vegetable shortening, thiamine, niacin, iron, vitamin B6, vitamin B12, desiccated coconut. That word sounds evil. Okay, it contains soy, wheat, and coconut. Thank God I'm not allergic to any of these things on the list. Cheers. Oh, it does say on the label that I shouldn't feel thirsty after I'm eating it, therefore it shouldn't be dry, but we'll see. Okay, once you can get past the chalkiness consistency, you can kind of sort of taste the lemon. It smells initially like just a bunch of flour. Then you go to take a bite and it feels like you're biting into a brick of chalk. It's very hard to bite into. I feel so dirty. And then you chew, and it kind of falls into your mouth, into a pile of cornmeal and like flour. And then once you get past that part, then you can start to taste the lemon, which if you focus very carefully, you can taste the lemon. But once you initially get past all of that, it's not, oh God. Once you get past all of the chewing, and is laying on your tongue and you can really start to soak up that lemon flavor, then it's not so bad. And it's actually not the driest thing in the world. Not what I was expecting. I kind of don't need a drink after this. I don't need a beverage, although I would like one. I don't need it. So they weren't lying about that. I guess if I was in a doomsday bunker and needed food, and this was my only thing I could eat, then I would rate it maybe an 8 out of 10. Considering the fact that I have a lot of other options for my lunch today, I'd give it a 3 out of 10. Which, to be fair, that's not how this product was intended to be used. But if it was the only thing I had to eat, no. If it was the only thing I had to eat, I would eat nothing. I'm going to be so real with you. It just tastes like I'm eating hardened flour with a hint of lemon. Back to you, Saji.
Thanks, Saji. The third product on our chopping block is an infamous one. A lot of you might have heard of it. A coffee brand by the name of Black Rifle Coffee Company. But a lot of you might not know who they really are. I actually first discovered Black Rifle Coffee Company. That's a mouthful. I actually first discovered Black Rifle Coffee Company when I was visiting my aunt in Dallas, Texas. We were driving in the car and drove past what looked like a modern Starbucks. Except, instead of the Starbucks logo in its place, was a massive Target with the words Black Rifle Coffee Company right next to it. And I was a little bit younger, but even still, I could tell that something was off. I read the words coffee, but I wasn't seeing coffee. I mean, who else would brand a product that has nothing to do with guns other than conservatives? I mean, if you order anything other than black coffee here, you're getting shot, right? I trust a hipster with my coffee more than I trust myself with my own life. Imagine walking into a coffee shop and all the baristas are cops. That's what Black Rifle Coffee is. It seems like conservatives just wanted a safe space where they could drink their hot mud water without fear of a they-them in sight. But that's their coffee shops. Their main product is their coffee, which you can now find in virtually any supermarket. They have very blatant conservative themes and imagery, like Santa Claus holding a rifle, a freedom-themed roast, and a sort of portrayal of a foreign dictator, probably a communist. But Black Rifle's main themes are, yep, you guessed it, guns. Kind of sort of the same vibe as Jocko Fuel. Hardened military veteran, very masculine, black coffee only. Black Rifle Coffee Company serves coffee and culture to people who love America. We develop our explosive roast profiles with the same mission focus we learned as military members serving this great country, and are committed to supporting veterans, law enforcement, and first responders. With every purchase you make, we give back. Black Rifle's main selling point is this focus on military in that they are a veteran-founded company that supports veterans, which, that's great. I think that we should be supporting our veterans 100%, especially disabled and houseless veterans. But that all goes out the window when you look at who this company supports and who their audience consists of. I mean, their merch was worn by January 6th rioters in Kyle Rittenhouse. Black Rifle openly supports Donald Trump and has had Donald Trump Jr. on their podcast. Saying you support veterans and Donald Trump in the same breath is an oxymoron. Trump and his administration do not care about veterans. They've cut benefits for veterans and disabled veterans. They fired almost 30,000 people from the Department of Veterans Affairs and plan to fire 35,000 more people before the end of the year. None of this, in any way, helps or supports veterans. On top of this, Black Rifle Coffee got a lot of their initial fame for infamously critiquing a Starbucks campaign that announced that they intended to hire 10,000 refugees. Black Rifle obviously interpreted this as Starbucks is hiring terrorists and illegal immigrants. So in protest, they announced that they would hire 10,000 veterans. To this day, the company, which was founded in 2014, has still not fulfilled its promise. Now, this op-ed was written in 2022, so not sure if Black Rifle has hired the 10K vets that they promised. However, Starbucks ran a similar campaign, actually before Black Rifle was even a thing. They successfully hired over 8,000 people within the first year and currently employ over 26,000 veterans. Now, I'm not defending Starbucks here. They have their own issues. But clearly Black Rifle Coffee Company wanted to show initiative and give support to the veteran community. But honestly, it looks like Starbucks has been doing a better job. It seems like Black Rifle is using the fact that they're veteran-owned just to advertise and push sales, using it as propaganda instead of with genuine intention, like all of the propagandized skits and informational videos that they have on their YouTube channel. What the fuck does this have to do with coffee? You're probably watching this and thinking to yourself, wow, Black Rifle Coffee Company is so pro-American. What would you say if I told you their coffee isn't even made in America.
Black Rifle Coffee, the military-themed coffee brand you've probably seen in Target, Walmart, Sam's Club, is facing a class action because it's made in America is potentially misleading. Here's what happened. Despite the fact that the brand boasts being America's coffee and has an American flag on the front, the majority of its coffee beans are processed, produced, and grown overseas, and almost none of it comes from the United States.
That's right. Their Made in America branding is biting them in their ass. I mean, hey, what's more American than grifting for money? Let's put some hair on our chest, shall we? Saji?
Yes, we definitely need more hair on our chest. Out of everything else that we could ask for from Santa Claus this year, it's definitely more hair on our chest. Welcome back, guys. Next product we're trying is Black Rifle Coffee. I already opened it off camera. My mistake. It smells like fucking diesel. It smells like the bottom of a boot. It smells like if I got beat up and kicked around and then I blacked out and the first thing I smelled when I woke up, that's what this smell is. It smells like all the hair on my chest that I currently have, which yes is a lot, I was being sarcastic in the beginning, is gonna fall off and then regrow tenfold. It doesn't smell like coffee though. Like there's the initial smell of coffee, but then it just smells like, again, boot. I'm just getting boot. This is a medium roast. It smells like a darkest roast. It smells like ashes of a volcano roast. And yes, I am downing all this caffeine in one sitting. I'm planning to go to the gym after this, so all the caffeine is not going to be used in vain. And I didn't take my ADHD meds today, so this is perfect, honestly. This medium roast was developed to be the best drip coffee you will ever taste, featuring a cocoa and vanilla aroma. I get neither of those. I just get black. Bold tasting notes and a smooth, buttery finish. Indulge in the founding roast of Black Rifle Coffee Company. Black Rifle Coffee Company serves coffee and culture to people who love America. That's me. Well, no wonder that's how it smells. The label is just black. So, the intention behind this is I'm not supposed to drink it with any cream or sugar, nor would I. Why do I keep going to smell it? It doesn't get better. All right, I have my kettle. I have my little pour-over device here into a mug with a cute little bunny glasses holding her own coffee and a mustache necklace. I like to think she's a millennial teacher who's new to her job and doesn't realize the harsh realities of teaching yet, but it'll hit her very soon. But I admire and honor, her hard work and dedication to a job that is very important today. Anyway, let's go ahead and put the ground. I already have my hot water kettle here. Just gonna pour it in. Hope for the best. I like to pour a lot. Usually I'm kind of just like a big coffee guy. So, whoa, yep, like that. And it smells strong, so maybe that's enough. And then we'll go for one sweeping pour here out of my roommate's really fancy kettle. Thank you, roommate. Oh, you guys hear that? My God, it smells like oil. Okay, we're gonna let that seep for a second. And, just make some conversation. I'm eating and drinking all of these foods and beverages in one sitting. All I've had today is a bagel with cream cheese. So not feeling particularly the best, but I'm hopeful and I'm optimistic, as everyone should be all the time. How much? Again, this is a medium roast, and I did read a review somewhere that their medium roast tastes very dark, so we're gonna see. Now, I am a big coffee drinker. I like my coffee. I love espresso, I love cappuccino, I love lattes, I love kind of everything. As a person with ADHD, coffee's my savior. I would not function without it. Now, I try not to drink it when I'm on my ADHD medication, but today I didn't take it intentionally because I knew I would be consuming a lot of caffeine. I hate pour-over coffees. I'm just gonna retry this lemon bar to see if I've changed my mind. Nope, still the same. Okay, now it's looking very dark. Wow, awesome. Okay, maybe one more pour and we should be okay. Definitely a cup of coffee right there. Where's my cup of Joe? No way that thing is 400 calories. There's no way, right? Looking forward to my cup of joe. Roasted in the USA. We already know that's a lie. Roasted in the USA, my fucking ass. Okay, that should be plenty. I'm gonna go take this to the sink so I don't spill it all over my my table. I do need the coffee, and I'll be back. Okay, and we are back. We have our steaming cup of hot joe with our cute little teacher bunny on it, who's a bit naive and in over her head. I like to think that her name is Amanda. She just has that vibe, and I like to think she's drinking a latte, really enjoying herself. And I wish I was her right now. Smells, I'm getting a lot of burnt rubber here, a lot of oil, again, like under the boot sort of thing. All right, we're just gonna go for it. This is entirely black coffee, no additives. Well, it's making me warm. Okay, this is the blackest coffee I've ever tried. This tastes like the people who were making it just wanted to make really dark coffee just for the hell of it. It's not a medium roast. It is a dark roast, disguised as a medium roast, which honestly, I'm not surprised there. The other thing is it's like, I don't know, it's so not flavorful. Like the bag says there's a sense of cocoa, vanilla. I'm just getting like burnt rubber. It's very bitter. Again, it tastes like these people just wanted to make the darkest roast ever because, that's their intention here. They don't want no soy milk latte. They don't want no iced caramel macchiato. They want the real deal. And this is that. And if that's your cup of coffee, then, hey. But then you don't drink coffee to enjoy the coffee taste. You drink it because you want everyone to know how manly you are. And that's not why people should drink coffee. They should drink it, one, for the caffeine, but also the taste, the flavors, that sort of thing. This is diluted with musk and ego. That's what I'm getting. I'm only tasting and smelling ego in this cup. Arrogance, ego. What's that? Narcissism, yeah. Yeah, man, it is a cup of black coffee, emphasis on the black. The people behind this don't know how to make coffee, don't know what coffee is. They just wanted to prove to themselves that they could make a manly cup of joe. And that's what this is. I'm giving this, I feel awake, so there's that. I'm giving it a 5 out of 10. It's even with creamer, this wouldn't be good because the coffee is so bitter it would overpower anything you add to it. 5 out of 10. Oh. Back to you, Saji.
Thanks, Saji. Now on to the last product of the video. While I was looking for things to try and brainstorming the through line of this video, I thought to myself, what better way to test conservative product quality than by trying a product made by the most famous conservative businessman of all time, Donald J. Trump. So I visited the online Trump store and took a gander. Now I know that Trump is a con artist, a grifter, a dirty salesman, but I didn't realize how bad he's manipulating his fan base. They sell. They have different collections of different products, from American Revival to Home and Spa to candles and fragrances. And that's excluding the Christmas collections. Trump might be the greatest con man of all time. It is insane to think about how well he's brainwashed working class Americans into thinking he cares even a little bit about them. Anyway, I obviously had a lot to choose from, but I wanted to buy something that had use outside of aesthetic purposes so that I could actually test the quality. So I decided on the Trump wireless earbuds with case. These were particularly interesting to me because they're very clearly an AirPod ripoff, but they're also only $35, so they can't be good, right? The features include fast pairing with smartphones and tablets. That's the bare minimum. It's rechargeable. I hope so. If they just die and I can't recharge them, what am I supposed to do? 2 to 3 hours of music and talk when fully charged. Wow, that's really not a lot of time. And Trump logo, which of course is a feature that not only deserves a bullet point, but specifically the last bullet point. I have a feeling that this one's not going to be any good, but let's give it a shot. Saji.
Thanks, Saji. And yes, the last product we're trying today is one made by Trump himself, the master of buying and selling Shit. Bullshit. These I'm really excited about because on the Trump store, they're advertised like Trump AirPods, but they're $35, which is very cheap. So obviously, I expect them to just like not work at all. This is sort of the box it came in. It shipped very quickly, which is nice. One interesting thing to note, it comes with a note. Trump store, from our family to yours, happy holidays. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What happened to Merry Christmas? Happy holidays. You were stirring up all that hoopla about saying Merry Christmas, emphasizing Merry Christmas, and you give me a note that says Happy Holidays? I want a fucking refund. Trump, we wish you a joyful holiday season and an incredible new year. As a loyal customer, you only deserve the best, and we hope you enjoy your purchase. Keep a lookout for new exciting collections coming in the new year. Thank you for shopping with us, and we hope that you will visit again soon. With warm wishes, Donald Trump Jr. and Eric Trump. Wow, I only deserve the best. Clearly, you can see the edge of this card, it was cut very haphazardly. I feel like I could accidentally get a paper cut on the edge of this paper. There's still like bits of cut paper on the edge that are actually kind of dangerous. I'm not even gonna lie. This is a little bit upsetting to me. Very un-American, very anti-Christian. Trump, you are the most Christian man I know. How dare you? But look at that. They packaged it nicely. Let's take out the wrapping. What the fuck is this? Sorry, Donald J. Trump. I was under the impression that I'd be getting American AirPods. Why the fuck does this not only not say Trump, but also have Chinese writing on it? What am I looking at right now? This is very clearly drop shipped from China, which wouldn't be a big deal if I didn't buy this from the Trump store. TWS earbuds. Also online, it didn't give me an option to choose colors. So I chose white because that looked like it was the only option, but they gave me like a silver bronze kind of thing. All right, let's give it a whirl. All right. Oh, okay, so they are white. They're not silver. And it does say Trump on it. This is so funny. This is so funny. All right, it does indeed say Trump. It's a little bright. You can't really see the, there you go. Trump logo on the front, Trump logo on the back. And then you open it up. These are totally off-brand AirPods, and they say Trump on the side. Wow, that is exactly what I was hoping for. There you go. Are these charged? That is the question. Okay, these are definitely dead. I need to charge these, and then I'll be back shortly. And we're back. I let the AirPods charge a little bit, so we should be good to try out brand new Trump made in America AirPods. It said Bluetooth connected, and it is speaking English, not Chinese. So that's a good first sign. Whoa, it's connected. Heard the voice. Let's go ahead and give it a listen. Let's play some copyrighted music because you guys can't listen to it. Let me play some Marvin Gaye. Let's get that going. Okay. Okay, they're really shitty. They're really terrible. They're really, it just has a really terrible audio quality. You can kind of just hear the cheapness. They sound like I bought them at 5 and below. The high end is really high and there's really no low end. Yeah, all around just terrible audio quality. But hey, at least they have the Trump logo and, you know, they'll last me 2 to 3 hours. If that. So let's play something with a little bit more bass. Some Travis Scott maybe. Oh my God, there's like no bass in these earbuds at all. They keep falling out of my ears. Ball. Okay. Yeah, terrible audio quality all around. These are really bad. They sound like I'm listening to music out of cardboard. There's no dynamics. Really, it's either just really loud or really quiet. Sounds like I'm listening through a plastic cup and a piece of yarn. Like that's how bad the quality is. Oh, I can stop it by pressing it? Oh, and I can skip. Okay, well, it does have the tap features, which is handy and nice. It doesn't have to have the tap feature. So it's tap twice to skip, tap 3 times to go back a song, and then tap once to pause, and then hold for Siri, which that's nice. You know, they didn't have to include those features. I gonna say it's pretty safe to rate these Trump earbuds at a 3 out of 10. Not made in America. Didn't say Merry Christmas. Really bad audio quality. Humongous. Yeah, that's my rating. Back to you, Saji.
Thanks, Saji. Well, there you have it, folks. After trying 4 well-known conservative companies to get to the bottom of if these brands take advantage of their ideology's rhetoric to make easy sales, or if they actually have high-quality products, I think it's safe to say these companies use a little bit of a crutch to get the job done. Jocko Fuel was not very tasty and had a low caffeine amount despite it being an energy drink. 4 Patriots was something else. Black Rifle Coffee is made by coffee haters for coffee haters, and Trump earbuds with case were cheap foreign knockoffs of the real thing. A lot of my review here is personal taste and opinion, and expecting a food bar meant to last 5 years to be tasty, or earbuds that are $35 to be high quality is a little bit naive. But that's not the point. The point is to take a look at the most powerful people in the world through a microscope. The people that are spreading rhetoric that is shaping America. We are in the era of the grifter. That much is evident. And it's entirely one-sided. Sure, companies have profited off of and still continue to profit off of the LGBTQ community, but there's no companies that are making gay-themed energy drinks or trans-themed coffees. But that's what the right wants people to think, that we're doing that. The right's retaliation stems from nothing. They're fighting a boogeyman. They've made up a problem to anger people and then sell them products to cope. And those that are behind this guilt you into it because they're veterans or they have garnered a certain amount of prestige. They've been through hell and they don't want anyone else to have to suffer. But if these people cared about you, wouldn't they want the products that you're buying to be good? Why is the CEO of Jocko Energy villainizing entire groups of people just to sell his products? Where is the dignity? These products aren't good. Otherwise, that's what they would be advertising. Not some bullshit propaganda. Trump is literally selling crappy Chinese earbuds to his audience. The same audience that he groomed to hate China. I mean, what are we doing here? The same people that claim to support freedom and rights are attempting to thwart those who are trying to express themselves using their freedom and their rights. If you take anything away from this video today, I want it to be that these products are entirely a scam. Just like the Republican Party. They use emotional messaging and political rhetoric to sell items that are a shell and nothing else. Zero substance, zero genuine intention, all personal gain. Quality comes from care. And as I mentioned, there's no real reason for these products to be made or advertised. They were made in retaliation of a non-factor. So that care has no root, therefore cannot exist. That's gonna wrap up the video. Thank you so much for watching and happy holidays.